Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Chill Sunday stream. I hope everybody is doing well. We are back with some more Hob. I see Jalix is here. Hello and welcome, Jalix. Jalix says, me tired. Man, tired is a feeling. Tired is a feeling these days, I tell you what. But, we're here to play a game. We're here to chill. So hopefully you get some rest and enjoy. Oh, man. So, OBS was fighting me, preventing me from streaming, but we are clearly here. So, that is good news. And given our slightly late start, I am going to do that. And we shall get started very quickly today. So last time in Hob, we had opened up the reservoir and had made our way under it. Just gonna get my mood set a little bit in order, because it's been 2 weeks since we last played. And then we'll make our way through. I think I'm ready. And as usual, if anybody has any political conversations they want to bring up, by all means do so. I will probably have opinions. They will probably be strong opinions. But I do hope, Jalix, that outside of you being a little bit tired, that you are having a chill and lovely Sunday, and that everything's okay otherwise. That's good to hear. Let's see what this button does. Yeah. Not sure why that was not working when it was working before, but, you know. I feel like that's a story of streaming and dealing with equipment and tech. Why? That was just working before. Why isn't it working now? Pour myself some tea. There we go. Now we can get and die. Oh, man. So, one thing that when we get a little more people, I do want to talk about is that whole incident with Zelensky, Trump, and JD Vance. Because, oh boy, was that an absolute shit show. I don't know if you saw this, Jalix. Or heard about it. Where am I rolling this to? Looks like there's a full track for it. Might as well see how far I can take it. Oh, is it to cross this gap? It's probably to cross that gap. But I also want to explore behind it. But it doesn't look like there's much there. Nice. Where do I want to leave this? Oh, if I turn it this way, it's moving the full circle. turn it this way, moving. Oh, okay, I messed that up. Okay, that's where I need that. And then this way. And bam, it opens up pathways. We got places to go. I'm assuming I'm getting the ability to use that at some point in this tunnel. I was trying to jump there. I don't know what happened. True. Hello and welcome, merchants. Hope you're having a chill and lovely Sunday. Glad you could join us. I am doing well. I mean, as well as I can, given, you know, all the news, but... why do I got a feeling something's coming out of this glass, or I'm gonna end up in an underwater boss fight? Merchant says, yep, I feel about the same way. I've been cleaning because it's one of the few forms of work that feels like I can actually accomplish a clear goal. That makes a lot of sense to me. You know, I've been... One of the more refreshing pieces of news is that, you're pretty sure there was something that rushed at the glass when you when I walked past it. Yeah. One of the things that I have found refreshing there the past few days is how many people who generally would not have gotten involved politically are starting to have conversations that, you know, we've been having on this channel for years at this point. So that is mildly refreshing. I wish it didn't have to get to this point for people to see what was being said. But, you know, can't control that. Jalix says, I mean, that's a general thing, apparently. Things have to get exceptionally bad before they can change, apparently. That's not true. That's just us. Well, I think a lot of people are paying attention because of what happened with Zelensky and Trump and JD Vance. That was an absolute shit show. That had... Look, I'm not a fan of politicians and the way they tend to carry themselves and the way they tend to operate, because a lot of it is very obviously for political favor and for taking certain positions that support billionaires and blah, blah, blah. And we've known that for a while, right? Watching Trump, though, and JD Vance up there talking to Zelensky had to be one of the most embarrassing things I have ever seen out of the political sector. Merchant says, and even with that said, there's still loads of people who don't like Trump, but are spouting the don't be hysterical, faux calm, BS rhetoric. That was by far one of the most off-rail political exchanges caught on camera that I've ever seen. Right? I mean, you literally had two people insulting a world leader and criticizing them because their nation is under attack. It is so blatantly obvious that the Trump administration has some sort of ties to Russia that it's not even funny. I don't know where it comes from, what the exact arrangement is, or what's going on, but there's definitely something going on behind that. And it could just be that the guy likes the other dictators. Also, hello and welcome, Jaguar. You're having a chill, lovely Sunday. Always glad to see the kitty in the box. No, but I completely agree with you in that sense, Merchants. Like, it's frustrating that it's taken people this long because it didn't have to be that way. And yeah, there are still people doubting it and naysaying, but at this point, I've got to listen to the people who are actually trying to do something and stepping up. And you're seeing it from more and more sources that we would have considered moderate not very long ago. And that to me is probably the only thing I've got to hold on to. Merchant says, I've seen a lot of liberals in the last 2 days express / feel the anger they should have felt 8 years ago. As you said, Tara, it's supposed to be better. I suppose better late than never, but it just feels weird. It feels weird because we've been on this train for this long, right? Like, we've been aware of everything for much longer than most people. We've been calling things what they are for a while. And, you know, we've been told that we're wrong, we're crazy, that we're, you know, all the different things that people have had to say in order to downplay the reality that was happening around them, or they didn't want to hear it, or what have you, right? And it probably feels immensely weird because now they're jumping on board like, wow, this is something new. That's what I'm saying, Jalix. It's exactly the same people who've been throwing us under the bus for years. But I don't think it's as important to be... Like, I feel like it's much more important to have people finally acknowledging it than, you know, having them never have acknowledged it. Better late than never is what I'm saying. There has to be a way to get the power to this. I think it's here. Actually, maybe it is. Hold on. Possible plan. Okay. Jaguar says it's also the other side that maybe they finally learned and we get more allies. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying about the better late than never, you know? And we don't need to... Right now, we need more allies. We need more people that are seeing the truth and speaking up. Of course, the frustrating part is still there. That's not going to change or go away. But at the end of the day, at least it's happening to a certain extent. Okay, why is that apparently so hard to make as a jump? Maybe I'm not supposed to go that way. This whole side is powered up. Also, hello and welcome, Gangle. Hope you're having a chill and lovely Sunday. Glad you could join. Gangle says some libs are still playing Blame the Left. Any lib who's saying Blame the Left right now, honestly, can, you know, deal with whatever's happening. Like, on their own. I don't care. There's only so much that energy that I can put into someone who's not willing to see exactly what's going on. Jaguar says, so how do we just let some... Oh. Oh, I just got eaten. That's terrifying. So what exactly changed with me turning on the power in that one spot? seems to still want me to be down here. I've got to be missing something on what I'm supposed to do. Let me finish catching up with chat, though. I hear you, Jaylus, because it's hard to let things, these things literally hurt and kill people every day. So how do we just let, bygones be bygones and welcome people and trust that they actually have grown? That's a good point. Merchant says, I'm very cautiously optimistic about liberal support right now, specifically because liberal history of throwing marginalized people under the bus. That's the thing, right? The thing that always frustrates me about the liberal mentality is the idea that they are willing to make compromises with the safety of some people if it benefits them. You know, they always are comfortable making these, like, false equivalents where the left and right are somehow equal in all things, and it's this... Wait, why is the game not letting me... This is very weird. Sorry. I'll continue my train of thought in a second. Game's not letting me grab stuff. Let me try respawning. There we go. So like I was saying, like, there's always this false equivalence where they see the left and the right as being the people who are fighting, and they want to take that moderate approach and stand in the center and be like, I'm so comfortable. And they'll look at the right and the left and be like, why can't everybody just get along? Meanwhile, it's the right constantly antagonizing the left. It's the right constantly hurting people. It's not just differences of opinion, it's not just disagreements, it's not both sides making conflict happen because it's bad. One side is actively bullying and hurting another side and a group of people, and it's always a different population and a different group of people every single time, because the right knows no bounds at who they wish to hurt. And then they act like the left responding and being like, we need to stop the violence and the brutality here, is us causing more problems. And that quite clearly is not the case. Oh, I see where I have to go, finally. Hold on. Jaguar says, and I think it's about looking at the individual at this point and taking it a step at a time. I agree. Merchant says, in my many regards, I view purity politics as a very, very privileged thing. When this stuff gets really, really ill, you know how important it is not to engage in purity testing But that also doesn't mean just automatically trust people who stand to benefit from teamwork. Yeah, because when people get what they want, there's a good chance they're just gonna drop you. Like, that's something that seriously needs to be taken into consideration as well. Like, I still believe that there is a good chunk of people who would be very comfortable getting their own healthcare needs taken care of and would just drop something like universal healthcare in a heartbeat if it mean they got their healthcare taken care of. I know it's not everyone, and it might not even be a majority of people, but if there's even a few people like that, it could jeopardize a lot of other people. Gangle says for a lot of people it's not real until it affects them. Yeah, I just wish that wasn't a wasn't as pervasive an attitude. Jaguar says that's the thing I'll never understand, how society told the left to silence and suppress against the right for being too extreme. Never the same type of backlash against the right. Yeah, and the thing that's messed up is, you know, as leftists, like, nope, I don't think any leftist truly wants to see people hurt, right? Like, the goal at the end of the day is not to punish people or to hurt people or anything like that. It's to see a world in which everybody has equal opportunities. Some form of equity, right? And oh, I forgot there was the path down here I could take. Oh no, I didn't. I've gone down this path. Yeah, I've been here. How I got up to the upper area in the first place. Yep, it just led right back to the same spot. There's like a whole other section back there. And part of me is like, do I have to... No, because I can't jump that one. Can I break this wall? No. Like, it seems to be leading me back up to here to go back up. And now it's not letting me interact again. Merchants have said, especially if we're going with the kind of teamwork where at some point we'll all involve doing work that you won't get immediately rewarded for. There's a lot of people who at that point just bail. Yeah, because a lot of this is going to be hard work in the long run, and that's going to entail people finding value in a lot of the most mundane aspects of work. We're going to start seeing that as we start losing certain people from, you know, a lot of bureaucratic offices, especially the ones that were doing, like, really mundane jobs, that we're going to start seeing a lot more problems. Oh, is that what that activated? This has power. Okay. Dangle says we can welcome allies as long as you're smart about it. Let's just not be naive about it. I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. And I think it's also worthwhile to keep in mind that who has cut and run before. Some people will hopefully have actually grown, and some people will find their own self-interest in a lot of this and won't actually change. Felix says, have they touched the military at all, by the way? The largest single expense in the US budget. So, I don't know all the details, but I'm pretty sure they fired at least 1 or 2 people that Trump didn't like from the military. And replaced it with their own people. Like, I don't have any faith in the military stopping him or any pipe dream that, you know, has been put out there. Nice, we can get up here more easily now. Why has that enemy got so much health? Merchant's been listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's good stuff. Merchant says Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar skills and vocals are a nice mix. I love watching videos of him play. His finger movements are amazing. He is definitely up there as one of the best guitarists, in my humble opinion. And in terms of having the whole package between guitar and vocals, he's definitely somebody I think is not easily matched. Merchant says, fully agree. I used to listen to him as a kid and have so many memories when I listened to his music. For sure. For sure. I see what this wants me to do. Jaguar says, I feel like AI is another one of the things that could be really good and useful in a different society that isn't this 1984 dystopian capitalism hex state. You know, I don't disagree. But the way AI is being implemented is something special. Between its energy cost and everything else. It's just a drain on resources the way that it's going right now. I'm totally expecting something to swim right in front of those windows. Some of these fights in this game get a little bit more on the intense side than I would have liked. Merchant says, and yep, AI is one of those many tech things that in another timeline could maybe be good, but in our current timeline, not so much. Wow, I just got completely wrecked there. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, sorry about that. Add something. Come on. Oh. Oh, hello. King Cyrus the Great. How you doing? Hope everything is well. Hope you're having a chill and lovely Sunday. King Cyrus says, bro, we got a lot of dumb Americans that think Russia has no Muslims in the country while saying they'll save Western civilization. I feel like they casually think Russia keeps, quote, those Muslims under control. Ugh. Okay, yeah, I think there's definitely that component. I have seen that ridiculous argument that Europe is completely turning to Islam and therefore Russia is the better option right now, which is just ridiculous for so many reasons. But, you know, one of the things that I think was evident that I think a lot of people are ignoring is, the fact that Trump, despite his... I don't even know what the word to use. Despite his Trumpness, let's just leave it at that, has some level of the stakes of what's going on between Ukraine and Russia. He has to. Because he has to recognize, like, even he kind of recognized the potential of, like, a larger conflict coming out of that, and probably Israel-Palestine as well. The fact that he brought up World War III means somebody on his advisement team probably has mentioned that at least once, because I don't think he came up with that idea on his own. And that tells me that he has some sort of deeper understanding, but he does not play the political game quite like anybody else, and he just mouths off whatever's on his mind without any sort of repercussion, like any sort of repercussion being considered. King Cyrus says, anyway, I'm playing Black Myth Wukong. How is it? Because I have absolutely refused to touch that game because of the anti-feminist stuff that came out of their studio. Like, I know it's supposed to be a really good game, but there's plenty of other good games. Also, not knocking you for playing it or anything like that. Just not something I'm playing. That game's dev's opinion of women and feminism is really disgusting. Cyrus says, not bad. They made Earlang Shang look dope. Also, I was annoyed how some of the famous goddesses were missing in the game, which I found weird. I mean, given the perspectives of the developers, I'm genuinely not surprised that they removed most of the important goddesses. At this point, it just seems par for the course. Gotta be... Oh, I gotta climb down there. Okay, that's how I get in there. I see. Smash through that. Oh yeah, I get another one of these things. Okay. there's a thing over here. I saw that hidden in the background. That was pretty cool. Unless I lift something up here, I don't see. Oh wait, so I can get past that. Cyrus says, what's terrible is Chinese myths and gods are gender fluid in terms of books. To me it was weird. It was weird to make Erlang Shang look manly since he's often portrayed even in China with female energy. Yeah, well... Again, when your target audience is a very specific and select population, you're going to change whatever you want to make that population feel comfortable. And if that population happens to be men who tend to be of a more misogynistic mindset, then that's kind of what you're going to try to develop your characters towards. Mythology or reality be damned. Okay, I had to check behind the waterfall. Merchant says, yep, happens all the damn time in the gaming industry anymore. Yeah. That boys club mentality. Oh, it 100% ruins stories. Did we just get flooded with water? Well, that's... How's that gonna work? Engel says it's odd if you think about it to insist that all game characters must look a certain way and appeal to a specific segment. Yeah, and yet, you will get people who get upset if their protagonist character doesn't have quote-unquote masculine enough features. You'll get people who get upset if women don't, you know, look a certain way or have a certain body type or appearance. Because every woman needs to appeal to the male gaze. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. The demands that they put on artistic representations of the human body. King Cyrus says, I love the argument they say, well, it's based on Chinese folklore, which is conservative. I'm like, dude, you read Chinese folklore that predates Confucianism. Dude. Yeah. But they'll tell themselves that because at the end of the day, what they want is a conservative game that appeals to their conservative values. That makes their patriarchal norms feel good. And doesn't have to address anyone else's comfort. And when all you're worried about is your own interest, that's what happens. I mean, what happened in comics, all comic book characters must now conform to specific norms. That would be laughable. I mean, some of the forms that they did on the human body in the 1980s was absolutely ridiculous in comics. And they'll also make the argument like, oh, it's about peak physical condition. You know, it's about making people look attractive or whatever. And it's like, there are so many different body types that are powerful and strong. And for both, you know, for every person, right? Like, no matter what body type you have, there are different forms of what can be considered strong or powerful. And one of the images that I always like to go to is there's a image that exists of a bunch of Olympian athletes that are all women. And their body types are so varied. And then you compare those body types to the types of body types on women protagonists in video games. And all of the protagonists in video games all have, like, one of two body types. And they're usually focused on what is conventionally considered attractive to societal norms. Batman being roided. Two creator deities in Chinese mythology are literally goddesses. Yeah. Batman on roids is gotta be one of the strangest depictions of Batman ever. Merchant says exactly, these guys whinge on and on about realism, but they're the first to cry when video game characters are truly realistic. Yeah, and can you imagine if they decided to use a body type for a woman based on, like, I don't know, an Olympian wrestler or some other body type than what they would conventionally find attractive, how they'd be like, oh, that's so unrealistic, that's so, you know, I'm only drawn to quote-unquote natural beauty. Meanwhile, the natural beauty that they're talking about has either proportions that are entirely impossible for a human to stand up with, or what have you. Superman not being mega jacked, even though technically not supposed to be jacked. I mean, that's the point of Superman's design, right? Like, Superman's not supposed to be strong in the conventional sense. He gets his power not from pure muscle mass, but from the sun. It's just his body has tied to that cosmic radiation from the specific sun that he's near. King Cyrus says Robert Pattinson was cast as Batman and folks were like, he's not muscle. And I had to tell this folks, dude, Batman was created by Bill Finger, and did Batman look jacked? No, the original versions of Batman, I mean, he wasn't jacked at all. Jaguar says this reminds me of the realistic Disney princess and princes depictions that have been coming out for years and how vastly different they are. Yeah, it's kind of a similar thing. Merchant says, interesting how grown men would never watch any of these Disney movies get so heated about a hint of diversity in them. All of this is thinly veiled white supremacy. Like, it's white supremacy and it's patriarchy. And it's thinly veiled, and they're pretending that what they like is the norm, and everybody's supposed to just conform to what they like, and everybody else's comfort be damned. They don't care. Jaguar says all these distorted images have distorted millions of brains and their expectations of human bodies. Yeah. Don't get me started on the level of body dysmorphia that can create. Jaguar says we don't even know what we're supposed to look like. And you know what the messed up part is I don't think a lot of the people complaining know what, like, fully identify what people are supposed to look like either, to a certain degree, you know? They have certain expectations, but those expectations are not always grounded in reality. King Cyrus says, I know for a fact these dudes are just thinking Jim Lee art and that Batman, like, dude on comics, Batman has a variety of sizes. Very true. Very true. Merchants says the OG Superman had a very regular non-jack physique, which I feel like was kind of the point. And then try telling the same type of person that Superman is supposed to be a representation of immigration. Oh boy. George Reeves' Superman is kind of how I've always envisioned what Superman is supposed to look like. I don't want to do that yet. I want to finish exploring what I was exploring on the other side. You had King Cyrus says I had to argue with the dude about Spider-Man was drawn in the 90s. Dude got mad because I said, dude, Spider-Man's supposed to be acrobatic. Why the fuck does he look like a bodybuilder? I mean, you bring up a good point. Jaguar says, King Cyrus, you totally have a point. All the spider people across the Spider-Verse are acrobatic. They need to lean on some level, maybe like ballerinas. Well, I mean, if you look at the depiction of Spider-Gwen in the Miles Morales films, with the Across the Spider-Verse thing, like, she literally is a ballerina. That's where her training comes from. That's where her acrobatics comes from. So that's not even like an absurd take at all. Spider-Man 100% has more consistency with like a dancer or someone of that vein than or an acrobat than somebody who's completely jacked. And again, people have different body types. People also, you know, Olympian athletes have different body types for what they're doing, and it's kind of frustrating seeing the same exact body types constantly manifesting. Yeah, that whole 80s G.I. Joe thing was just... There's no words for it. Alright, I think I gotta swim over to that other area and hopefully not get eaten by fishy. Swim! Hello and welcome, Jordan. Hope you're having a chill and lovely Sunday. Glad you could join us. Cleanse the reservoir. Achievement unlocked. Oh, did I miss a heart power up? Let me go grab that. Cyrus says, bro, you had Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes looking like they drank steroids, and they're supposed to be ninjas, like, make it make sense. Gangle says, I think most people would agree that the body designs went out of hand in the 90s. Don't get me started, merchants on Street Fighter. Street Fighter is ridiculous when it comes to that. Wait, what just happened? I did not go in there. I jumped in the water to the side. Street Fighter being low-key racist as hell. Brazilians weren't blank. Oh my god. And Capcom dropped the ball on the design fighter designs. Yeah. Okay, why is it? I'm on the outside of the. You're seeing this, right? Like I'm on the outside of the pipe, and I touch the water, and I instantly get sucked into the pipe somehow, and brought back over here. Very strange. But how do I get this? Looks like I have to teleport over to that somehow. Ooh. Somehow I have to teleport. I'm assuming the teleporter is over there. Let me go see if I can find it. The pipes kind of look like bamboo. Wait, did I just... Okay. I just got one shot. Water predators freak you out, merchants. Oh geez, there's two of them. Alright, let's see what this does for me. And that gets me the heart piece. Which gets me more health. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think we more or less cleared this area there, except for that. Now we want to ride the whirlpool. Another game wants me to go to one of these 2 points. Maybe not do that. Oh, you're talking about the fish from Mario 3? So I, for the life of me, I always remembered that Big Bertha was the one that swallowed you whole. But apparently, that one is called Boss Bass, and the one that has a little baby fish swimming near it is actually Big Bertha, and I don't remember it being like that when I was younger. I always just called the fish Big Bertha. That lifted up a bunch of the landscape. How am I supposed to get to that one? No, it's really weird because I don't remember Boss Bass at all when I was younger. I always called them Big Bertha. I don't understand how that mix-up happened, but apparently it did. That leads me to a new area, question mark? Ew. Okay. Okay. Game. That's not what I'm trying to do. I tried to jump there. I don't know why this part is giving me so much trouble. To do basic functioning in this game. Okay. So I released the thing. Now I have to figure out... So I either have to go from above, or more likely from that platform over there. Cyrus says, you know what bugs me? Western white gamers who talk about games like Wukong defending the sexism, not understanding Chinese folklore, and saying it'll be disrespectful. Yeah. That's infuriating, to be honest. There we go. More blight down. Bye-bye. Oh, what is this gonna do? Oh, it's gonna hit that with water. Which is gonna grant me access to that. Hello and welcome, Sam. Hope you're having a chill and lovely Sunday and glad you could join us. Okay. Why is it making me slide off of that? had found a path around to hopefully get to the thing to clear this corruption. I don't feel like I can actually go that way. Gotta be a point to this. There's a health upgrade down there. Hold on, I want to see what this looks like. How do I get over there? Is there a way up the waterfall somehow? Or a teleporter? Oh, there we go. I think after clearing that blight, this will be a good place to take our break for stream. I gotta figure out how to get up there, but with that blight gone, we're getting closer. I know there's some here and up here as well. But we'll work on some of that when we get back. Until then, everybody get water, food, whatever you need to take care of yourself, and stay chill. See you in a few. Okay, and we are back. Sorry if that was a slightly longer than usual break. My cat required my attention. And as we all know, cat comes first. Alright, so we want to get up there. See if we can get a better view of how we get in there. Oh, we could we might be able to go from the other side over there. And I got smacked. No, I should go back to the... Just take a little detour. Is it here? So I'm pretty sure I have 3 sword parts, and I could probably upgrade to the next sword. definitely want the punch to to power faster. Ground slam knocks back enemies. And health orbs appear more often. All very useful abilities. Jaguar says I ended up getting some water and adding some electrolytes to it during the break. Got up and walked around a bit and stepped away from my homework. Now back. Well, good luck with the homework, and glad you had a good break. Much better. Oh, that probably gets activated after I start connecting the power elsewhere. Put this back. We got power. Usually the game allows me to grab on when I hit the edge. Nope, I just went right pummeling off the cliff. But that's now powered on. Up here, which does what exactly? Gets me where I need to be. Perfect. And so now I should be able to just climb up if I need to get back up here. Yep. Find Great Core 1 of 3. Oh, mission accomplished on that one. Oh, I need to go over to that. Okay. Merchant says, I'm glad I made it to the stream today. I know we talk politics, but it's different with everyone here. I would imagine that's because we're not bullshitting. We're not afraid to call white supremacy a white supremacy. We're not afraid to call patriarchy patriarchy. And I'm sure that's refreshing, given other perspectives that you have to deal with. There's also a kindness and empathy of trying to explore the realities that we're experiencing rather than trying to prove yourself and be right and be correct all the time. Jaguar says it's different with everyone here. There's solidarity and also lightheartedness to the convo. We aren't trying to prove we're right and knock someone down. Exactly. It's not about, oh my goodness, I have to be the best in the, I have to win the debate or else. And we get sidetracked with Big Bertha, it's okay. Yeah. Sometimes there needs to be levity within the conversation and the political debates that we have. Cyrus says, yeah, man, I finally come back after my hiatus. Well, you've been missed, so I'm glad you were able to join. Merchant says, I'd say that's pretty much it. It's refreshing not to have to defend the BS status quo. Knowing that everyone's speaking good faith helps a lot. I like that unlike so many other streams, there's no performing being edgy for the audience stuff here. I mean, I don't feel like there's a need for that kind of thing. One of the things I think that I've been kind of realizing more and more is that, the big grand gestures and the overarching performances and stuff like that, if that's all form and no substance, it's not really helping anybody. It's not helpful when when you have people whose politics is performative, or when you have people who are putting on a show. And sometimes I get very concerned that so many people need greater and greater showmanship, or, more expensive sets or whatever to follow something. Because it just ends up being, in my opinion, a race to the bottom. But I'm sure a race to the top is how it would be seen. Where everybody's trying to outclass each other instead of focusing on what is the most important things to me. And the more you enter into that space where sensationalism is the essence, the more sensationalism you need to satisfy the desire to be sensationalized. To me, the most rewarding things are the things that are grounding, the things that are able to fulfill that need in you to hear something viable and truthful without it being over the top all the time. I don't know a better way to put it. Merchant says, yep, and the more they engage in it, the more they rely on it in the future because that's what their audience wants and is expecting. And you know, like, I don't know how else to say this, but this isn't a show. Like, these are people's lives we're talking about with a lot of this stuff. Again, and if you're able to bring in certain aspects of comedy or something into the conversation, sure, that's great. Like, I'm not knocking anything like that. It's when it becomes this expectation that the sensational is the only way to experience the world that I think gets a little concerning for me. Lyra says, this is why I respect Sam Cedar and Majority Report, because it's clear they try to inform and educate. Yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, I don't know. I don't particularly follow Sam Cedar too much, but from what I've seen, seems pretty standout in terms of you know, a lot of the reality that we're dealing with. Maybe I gotta follow the water around, because I'm not seeing another way in. Oh, nice. There we go. That's how we get through there. I wonder if I could jump across that. Almost. Maybe if I sword swing in the air. Oh, I don't need to. I can just climb it. Nice. King Cyrus says I knew Sank and Anna were suspect in terms of their opinions way before their current turn of what they're now, especially with the union busting they did. Don't even get me started with those two. Truthfully, I think the sensationalism lends itself to a right-wing perspective. Because the thing that usually gets people like this stick around is kindness and empathy, right? Like that's, I think, core left values is kindness and empathy. And the type of edginess that comes with sensationalism, the type of humor that often comes with it, lends itself to very right-wing philosophies, in my opinion. You start trying to get the next big thing rather than coexisting, working on your community, working on your space, meeting people, listening to them, listening to their concerns. Sam says, I was telling everyone how I had one of my semi-annual social anxiety re-traumas this week, but I think I'm recovering okay. The friend reconciled with me. Sorry to hear that. Tiffany was just at the ER when the stream started. Doctor thinks it's norovirus, which has been in berries recently. I am very sorry to hear all that. Sam says, thanks, Tara. I also wanted to give you all the heads up about stomach flu contamination and some berries. Frozen are higher risk according to NIH. Frozen berries are the most affordable berry option. That is incredibly frustrating. Merchant says buying fresh berries for an arm and a leg and then finding like 5 of them are moldy is the absolute worst. I mean, especially if you're buying them out of season, right? Like, frozen is definitely the better option. And you don't genuinely have to worry about it. And nutritionally, because they're flash frozen, they're almost on par, as far as I understand it, with berries as if they were freshly picked or relatively freshly picked. As opposed to having to you know, rely on them not going off after they've been in transit for several days in varying climates and temperatures. You know, I'm kind of enjoying the aspect of this game that we're kind of rebuilding the world. Jaguar says, as you all know, I love frozen fruit, especially during the summer. That's my choice of snack, breakfast, dessert during the summer. Texture-wise, Merchant loves frozen berries and frozen mango chunks. And Jaguar also loves frozen mango chunks. Well, I probably won't be personally persuaded away from having frozen berries. Not because I don't believe it or anything like that, but it's what I got available. Just have to pay attention to recalls and try to hope for the best on some level. But with the current FDA being what it is with RFK Jr. in charge, etc., etc. How do I get up there? Is there a way to break that tree open? What just happened? Oh, I see how I can do it. Okay. Oh, I fell off the map. But what did I find over there? Was I supposed to be over there? I gotta check that out. You know what it is? There is so much in this world that could be explored or looked into. There's so many mysteries to solve. There's so many natural dramas that we could get ourselves into. I feel like creating them ourselves doesn't prove useful to me. I know I'm kind of going back to that point that I had made about, you know, sensationalism. Like, why is not, you know, coming up with a cure for a disease not drama enough for people? Okay, for real, where are they? Am I supposed to be here? Like, there's a whole path back here. I gotta... There's a road over there. Like, I don't know if they intended for me to go there. Did I find, like, a secret area? Or am I breaking the boundaries of the game? That platform's invisible. I have to think I'm breaking the game somehow. I kinda want to see what I can do with it. Sam says, I think rich people are broken. They might donate a fraction of their profits to curing diseases for PR purposes, but that's not something they actually care about. Well, no, of course not. Like... Here's my thing. I don't think any billionaire, you know, one, made their wealth off of not harming people. Two, they contribute to all sorts of diseases on their road to becoming successful. And three, even if they work on treating a disease, they handpick what they deem is worth treating or not. And I don't think that's an acceptable form of dealing with, like, prevention and eradication of disease. Not that we shouldn't eradicate diseases, just Why should a billionaire get to decide what gets funded and what doesn't? What they care about is maintaining their power and ego. Their response to climate change is to build underground bunkers and ASCAD to put shock collars on their employees when it collapses. Yeah, pretty much. But I think, to my point, like, the choice of what diseases we... Oh, there's a thing right down here. Sorry. The choice of what diseases we try to eradicate and which ones we don't. The way that we handle that type of thing is not generally in the whole world's interest. You know what? I know what I have to do here. Okay, game. Just, you know, splatter me on the ground. I have no idea how to get that one. Maybe I'm missing something in order to do so. Where am I trying to get to now? Am I kind of directionless right now? It really looks like I can go across the top of that. Or I need to come from this way down here. The only way I see to... Oh, hold up. Hello. Got it. Over here. It looks like there's one of the robot power-ups over there, but I have no idea how to get up there. Y'all see it in the top left? I'm not... Like, it looks like one of those robots that I can activate and get one of the blue energies. And it looks like that tree has a way to climb into it. But I don't know how to get inside here. Unless there's an underground tunnel I'm supposed to climb out of? I don't know. But what I do know is that I don't know where to go. I'm assuming I gotta find a way to deal with that corruption over there. And I gotta find a way to deal with this corruption over here. And clear those out. So I kind of assumed down here was going to be the last one. I could also... Is there a spot that I haven't really explored? I mean, up in here I haven't explored. So I could go up that way and see what happens. Let's try to find our way to the nearest teleporter. I have no idea what just happened there. Okay, that's nothing special. Alright, so for that I need I see. I have an idea. That dude just blow himself up? Alright, we need to get to a teleporter, though. Also, what is down there? Is that someplace I can be? Apparently not from here. Nice. Not what I was aiming for, but nice nonetheless. And then we can try something in the stream. Because we about that time. Oh no, this game and the map that it comes with has been phenomenal to explore. I'm just a little bit confused because it stopped giving me direction. I need to get over there. How do I do that? I need to get down there. How can I get down there? Like there's more path over here. Okay. I don't know if that's how the game intended me to do that, but... we're here. That's where I need to be. That's where the core is. Now I just have to find the thing that breaks the core. Which I'm assuming is on this pathway. Yep. Oh, I could have gone up there from the water. Oh. I feel silly. I definitely took the hard way for that. This whole area just opened up. that opens from the other side. That's unfortunate. But it also looks like this heart is open. And we'll probably wrap up the stream after I grab this and find a save point. So next time, we only have one section of corruption left. We have some sort of vault down here. There's another vault looking thing somewhere in this vicinity. There might be more map to explore, but I'm not sure. This area looks unexplored right there. Looks like there's some unexplored stuff over there still. So, I want to thank you all for hanging out. Next time, we will be continuing Hob, hopefully finding the last pieces of the Great Core. And maybe wrapping up the game? Question mark? I mean, we've got 6 out of 7 of the main item. We've got 2 out of the 4 core pieces. I know we're still missing a bunch of items, but... yeah, no rule says we have to 100%, but in any case, thanks for the good talks, thanks for the fun game. Y'all have a good one. I'll give you all 5 minutes if you want to spend some time chatting, but otherwise, y'all take care. See you next time. My name is Anarchist Terra. Thanks for watching.